Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good start to the week in trading this week. We did have a little activity this week with our NVAX stock as usual. So we're going to talk about that as we look at our portfolio. Other than that, it's just been pretty much NVAX and making those trades. So it's been a pretty smooth week so far. Portfolio's doing pretty good, and the market's hitting all-time highs. So our stuff's doing good as well. So let's go ahead and jump over that portfolio. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button before we do that. Like the video if you like the video. I appreciate that. And we'll jump right over there and get started here. All right, so here's our portfolio. Again, Moderna I have on here just to kind of monitor what's going on with that. So I can kind of compare that with NVAX. And we got Bitcoin on here because that does impact our HUT mining as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. Jump down here to our HUT mining. As you can see, the Bitcoin was in the red today, so HUT mining was in the red a little bit today as well. So let's go ahead and pull up that 5-day chart and take a look at that. You can see here pretty flat today though, not much going on there. 5-day chart, we're actually up pretty good on that one. So Bitcoin has been going up. Bitcoin hit 50,000 the other day, so this one's gonna reflect whatever's going on there. As you can see, it did get up here as high. It looked like 732 or so. So that's pretty good so far. But a little bit of sell off today. I've actually been trading this in another account. Been practicing with some options, so opened me a small Robinhood account and just kind of playing around, put a little money over there, playing around with options, just trying to get a grasp on those. Really just fooling with calls right now, buying calls, and so it's not hard to do. It's just got some good videos, some good folks I'm watching on YouTube as well that talk about the options. I'm not going to start real complicated. I'm just going to buy calls. I may actually buy some puts before it's over with, and then we'll move on from there, but just trying to get used to it. But so far, so good. It's a lot of fun, very quick to move both ways, so look out for that volatility if you decide to do options. If you're doing options, you probably already know that. All right, so pretty good week so far with HUT and MSTR. We're not holding any of that, but that's also a Bitcoin proxy more or less. You can see they did come up. I did see a message today where they bought even more Bitcoin. So that was pretty good news for them. Let's go ahead and take a look at that 5-day. You'll see they're up for the week as well. So anytime they buy Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes up, you're gonna see that. Let's see if we can see that little article real quick. There it is right there. MicroStrategies buys more Bitcoin near peak levels. Okay, that's not the best place to buy them, but they don't really care. As soon as they get cash, they just buy more. So they bought 4,000 Bitcoins for approximately 177 million. So they don't care. They just keep loading up. They've got tons of it. They're like the second biggest holder of the Bitcoin right now. So whatever Bitcoin does, this is what this one's going to do as well. And we're not in that one right now. Have played it a couple times this year and did well with it. So kind of out of it right now. Don't want to tie up that kind of money. So the one we've really been trading this year, towards the end of the year, here is NVAX. NVAX has been one of my favorites over the years, and but you can see. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart. You see the run up we had yesterday on Monday, and it got up there pretty good yesterday, 250. I think it actually hit 252, 253 in after hours yesterday. And there was a large volume spike at the end of the day, so I think a lot of folks might have thought that some news was going to come out, me being one of them, in the after hours. So I was watching it close yesterday in the after hours. Nothing came out, and so this morning, Moderna was down, this one was down, so they were all down this morning. So that was just a vaccine down day, more or less. So what we did yesterday is we did sell. We didn't catch the highs. We sold a little too early. Sold at 240 yesterday, and sold out of the IRAs and sold out of both IRAs, and so we had 0 shares in the IRAs. Didn't touch the cash account as far as shares go there, because we sold some of those last week, I think. But this morning, when it started falling down, we started adding to that one again. That's an opportunity. When it comes back down, we're going to buy it every time after it's run up like that, and if we're out of shares again. So we did that, and we started buying this morning. Again, we usually start buying too early, and we sell too early, but that's just part of it. You can't time this stuff, and I don't worry about timing it. For instance, the ones we sold Monday, we did have those for about a week, and we had made in one IRA almost 5%, the other IRA about 5.5%. So, and that's just 1 week. So we don't get our timing right as far as the buys and the sales a lot of times, as far as hitting the bottom and buying the bottom and selling the highs. But very few people can do that. I probably need to be able to do a better job at it, but as long as I can make 5%, 5.5% in a week, I'm not going to worry about it too much. And this one's been real good to us all year long. So what we did is today, when it started dropping, we went ahead and jumped on some early in the IRAs. We started buying at 236, and then we bought again when it hit 230. And we also added to our cash account, but we waited a little bit longer on the cash account. We added at 234, and then we added back in at 230. I think the low today, let's go back and take a look at that. Yeah, the low today, let's see here, it got down to 228. Actually, it took a while to get those at 230. Let me go back to the daily chart. It took a while to get down to that 230. It was fighting it, and it finally picked those up. Once it picked those up, then I put in an order for 225 across the board. And, of course, it never got there, but it did get down to 228. So I'm going to be anxious to see how this one handles tomorrow and what it does tomorrow. But it did have some decent volume today, 5.7 million versus the 4.9 million. So we were, and a lot of that volume was early in the morning. So I'm thinking was that maybe somebody's picking up all these shares as they came off the highs there. And so somebody was grabbing them. But nothing much happened after that. It was just pretty much a flat day. We did get those a little bit cheaper at 230, so getting a little bit more in accounts again, so that's good. And if it keeps going down, we're just going to keep adding. We're going to play this one for as long as it can be played. It's been a good one for us all year, and we are still waiting on news. Okay, we're still waiting on news. Looks like nothing's going on in after hours, but the news that could come out again could be the news about the approval of India, Indonesia, and the other country. I forget what it was, and then you got all kinds of news that could come out about applications for approvals in some other countries and things like that. And of course, they still have some other tests going on out there, so some other test results could come in as well. So all kinds of catalysts that could come up here in the next week or so, especially by the end of the month. We're at the 24th, so we got 7 more days in this month. So I was really thinking we'd hear something in August as far as that approval goes. But we'll see. And September is definitely going to have some news. So can't go wrong, I don't think. I mean, if it pulls back, we're going to buy. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. You can see here. Let's see here. This is the 19th, which was 5 days ago. We were down at 217. We're at 233 now. And previously, before that, we've been down here to this 225 level, so we'll definitely be trying to buy some at 225. And then right here, it looks like maybe a little support at 213. And then here, if we get back down to 190, you can believe that the boat will be backed up there. The truck will be backed up. We'll load the boat and the truck. So that's going to be good if we can get back down to here. I'm not, I hate to do that to my cash account, but that's an opportunity right there if it gets back down to 190. before the news comes out. But it's because that news is coming. You can see the volumes. The volume picked up this day here, August the 4th, and it's been pretty high most days, especially right in here. But it's still a lot higher than it was back here. So we're watching this one real close. Watching it real close. We'll make sure that we are got some more in all the accounts before it's over with, hopefully. But we did add some today, so that's good, and we'll keep adding it as long as it keeps dropping. And we're being a little bit more cautious about how much we add into it at a time. So because we're really trying to close out the year with some good numbers as far as cash goes, and I really feel like still that this thing possibly could pull back at any time. These markets just keep hitting new highs, but we're due for a pullback, and so we're in a lot of cash right now. We're still making money, so that's not a bad thing to do if you can be in cash and still make money. You don't want to be in a whole lot of cash when the market's going up, but if you're still able to cash in on some sales, then you're doing okay. So we've got other stocks that are beat up pretty bad. So as far as the portfolio goes, as long as those markets are going up, we're still going to go up probably with the markets as well because of these stocks we're holding that are so badly beat up. And we'll talk about a couple of those here in just a second. So let's go ahead and move on to the portfolio. And let's talk about some of those bad ones. Tilray is one of them. Now, Tilray was up a little bit today, but we definitely are beat up bad on that one, especially in one account. Well, actually both now, but one's especially bad. We chased that one way back when it was $67, and you can see where it's at now. So, worst move you can make. And if you watch my videos on strategy, that's one of the things I warn you about. Do as I say, not as I do. So I've done it. I made a mistake myself, and it does happen. You let those emotions take over sometime when these things are running, and you get in trouble. But I've done that with this one once before, and came out okay. So we did start adding it to the other IRA once it pulled back, but it's still going down. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart. Not a bad week. I mean, it's still about where it started, a little bit higher than. It did have a good little dip here, and then it has pulled back up. So this is one that we're beat up on. Let's go ahead and take a look at that 6-month chart. You see this right here? This is that's not even it. Let's see. I think it's way back here somewhere. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I know we bought at 67, so I'm not sure why this thing's showing 30, because it wasn't 30. It was way up there. Let's see what the 52 high. There it is right there. We bought at 66. So there's the 52-week high, 67. Bottom line is, for us to get even on this one, it's got to get way back up to way up here. I don't know why it's showing 30, but that should be about 66 or 67. Okay, so we're down on that one. Down on that one. There it is. There's the little spike I was looking for. Yeah, that's it. That's going to be up here to about 66, 67. That was back in February. So, yeah, that hurt. But they come back. So a lot of times you just have to hold them. That's what we had to do last time I did that to myself with this same stock. And it took me, and we were in way higher than 67. But I did cost average it a good bit. And I'm not cost averaging it. The only way I'm cost averaging it really is buying in the other IRA with it. And I haven't done that to the degree that I bought here. So, but we'll see how that goes. I'll be great. If I can get out even on that anytime soon, I would take it. Nikola, another one of those that's beat up. Now you can see, like I said, sometimes when the market's down or the markets are up, some of the stocks that we own or have owned may not be going up, but some of them are. And so a lot of times, especially these real beat up ones, the ones that have been beat up, they get so far down there, they just have a tendency to try to fight their way once it gets to the bottom, and it's hard to keep them going down. But these have been having a hard time as of late anyway. But Nikola was up today, and that was a good little pop there for the Nikola. Take a look at that 6-month chart. You can see how badly beat up it was. But it's been down to those lows before, and it fought its way back up to here, and then it got beat up again. So that's what happens with them sometimes. They just go back and forth until there's some kind of news. And especially with something like Nikola, they're going to have some kind of production, some kind of, actual proof that they got an auto truck out there that they can sell. And until they get there, it's not going to do a whole lot from here. But that's kind of where we're at so far for this week. Now, the rest of the week, we're going to be doing the same thing that we did today, is looking for an opportunity to add to that NVAX. And it's probably all I'm going to be doing a whole lot of, because I don't really want to put any of that money back to work, except for something like NVAX. We're going to try to wait for a pullback, or we're just going to try to make the rest of the year. We're doing real well for the year, so I want to close the year out good again. We had a really good year before last as well. So we're trying to do that again this year, and we don't want to blow it here with the last few months going, because everything is high right now. Everything's high, and NVAX does pull back every once in a while, so it gives us an opportunity to make some money. So we're going to be doing that. Watch it close. Other than that, I'll be playing around with these options on my Robinhood account. We won't get into that. I also have the crypto accounts that I'm playing with as well. Those are two things I started this year. So maybe as I get into them a little bit down the road, maybe we'll start talking about some of those things as well. But right now, we'll focus on just the stocks, just buying and selling stocks. Okay, so probably going to be out of pocket the rest of the week. So look for a video. Maybe if I get an opportunity, I'll try to do a video Thursday or so, Thursday evening. If I don't have that opportunity, it will be sometime early next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, so if something really exciting happens, I'll try to jump on here Thursday, and we'll talk about that. Other than that, I'll see you in about a week or so. Okay, well, I hope you had a great couple of days. Hope you have a great rest of your week. And again, don't forget to subscribe. Click this button right here if you have an opportunity, and join the channel. And we appreciate everybody that has, especially those that done it here lately. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.